गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् पुरुषस्य विद्मसहस्राक्षस्य महादेवस्य धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो नन्दिः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे चक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो नन्दिः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महासेनाय धीमहि तन्नः षण्मुखः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे सुवर्णपक्षाय धीमहि तन्नो गरुडः प्रचोदयात् वेदात्मनाय विद्महे हिरण्यगर्भाय धीमहि तन्नो गरुडः ब्रह्म प्रचोदयात् नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् वज्रणकाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदग्निष्ठाय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंहः प्रचोदयात् भास्कराय विद्महे महद्युतिकराय धीमहि तन्नो आदित्यः प्रचोदयात् वैश्वानराय विद्महे लालीलाय धीमहि तन्नो अग्निः प्रचोदयात् कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात् ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Sai Ram, my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of my loving and living God, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I am really grateful to Swami for giving me this opportunity to express my gratitude and also explain my brief experiences with Swami during my tenure of project and also from my lifetime itself. First, I got the inclination towards Baba was when I was 12 years old, when my father brought a photograph of Shirdi Sai Baba to my house and kept it in puja room for worship. At that time, I was not very much keen or knowing much about Baba, but anyhow, I had a very keen inclination to know about Baba. So at that age of 12 years, I took the photograph and also took a copy of that photograph. Even today, I am preserving it as my memento of my lifetime. After that, there was a gap of nearly about 15 years, during which time I completed my studies and also joined railways in the railway service. In 1967, that was my first golden year, which I can clearly say, because that was the year when I went to Puttaparthi very first time during the Shivratri period. I had the divine grace and blessings of Swami's darshan on the very first time of my life, and also I had the very first darshan of Baba in 1967 during Shivratri day. There, because I was working in railways, one of my railway friends took me to Puttaparthi, which I was not aware where it was and how it is. After seeing the crowd during 1967 itself, I was surprised to see such a huge crowd in that small township. I saw Baba coming to the dais that is called Shanti Vedika and given his discourse, and which was also very first time I was able to hear in Telugu. Because I am conversant with Telugu, I was able to follow to some extent what Swami was giving his discourse. It was very much impressed on me, and while doing while carrying out the discourse, he started feeling little bit fatigue, and then he started sitting and drinking too much of water. I was not knowing why it is happening like that. After a few minutes, then Swami has taken out a lingam from his mouth, which was Lingodbhavam, which I was able to see in my very first darshan of Baba on my visit to Puttaparthi in 1967. It was one of the most interesting and also thrilling experience to me. Beyond that, I could not explain beyond that. After the Lingodbhavam, Swami has returned to his to his ashram, and then took rest, and then again he came in the early morning. During that period also, I was staying there only and stayed overnight listening to bhajans and other things. And the next day morning, again I had another important and exciting experience of Vibhuti Abhisheka to Shirdi Sai statue by Baba himself. Then at the time I saw somebody told me that the person who was holding the empty vessel of the Vibhuti, Mr. N. Kasturi, was holding that one, and he was keeping it upside down. And when the Swami was keeping quiet, there was no Vibhuti was falling or anything. When Swami started putting his hand and started churning inside the vessel, the Vibhuti started pouring on the statue of Shirdi Baba, and slowly it started coming more and more. And when Baba stopped and changed his hand from right hand to left hand, at the time stopping, the Vibhuti also started coming out. And then when he started putting his hand once again, we were able to see the Vibhuti coming out from the one. And finally, the entire statue was covered up with the Vibhuti, which was another miracle which I could not explain how and why. Again, it was my blessing, the divine grace that I was able to witness at my first visit itself. After that, the Vibhuti was distributed to all the people, which I was also able to secure it and keep it with me as a prasada by Baba. That was how I had the first darshan of Baba, and also at this grand initiative of my coming there on the Shivratri day, auspicious day, which I can never forget in my life, and also even to my family also. Then coming back after 1967 up to 1975, there was not much interaction or connection between my connection with Swami or anything. When I was working at Guntakal and the transfer to Chennai in 1975, then I started going to Sundaram, where Swami only has inaugurated that Sundaram building, where Swami used to come every year during January for the anniversary of Sundaram. There I used to attend Sunday bhajans almost regularly, and I used to see how the bhajans were conducted and how the people are behaving and how the people are conducting themselves as a disciplined people. I was very much impressed on that. During that particular period, I had one very good experience of my chief electrical engineer of railways, who was equivalent to the secretary to the government of India, holding such a big post. He used to come on every Sunday to Sundaram and work as a Sevadal and keep the footwear of the devotees by himself, taking it in his hands and putting it in the concerned location. I tried to talk to him, but he coolly told me, don't talk anything about any other subject other Swami. You just worship God and simply go back. That is how he told me, and I was very much impressed how the Sevadal is attracting the people, and I started having a feeling that I must work as a Sevadal one day or the other and then do little service what I can do. That is how I was very much impressed with that gentleman, and that is also one of the inspiration which has made me to join the Sai circle, Sai family. Then during 1982 to 84, I was deputed by the Government of India and Indian Railways to Zimbabwe as representatives from Indian Railways to work for that country, that is National Railways of Zimbabwe, to work to help those people, because they got the independence just 1 year before we entered, that is in 80 or 81. So they were in need of help from all the United Nations countries. So our Indian Railways took our Indian government took the initiative of helping the National Railways of Zimbabwe from the railway point of view. So we were all going there for 2 years. I worked there, and I had the opportunity of leading about 25 technicians and engineers from Indian Railways to work for that country. I worked there at Gweru. That name is called Gweru, which is another important railway junction other than Harare, the capital of Zimbabwe, and Bulawayo, the second capital of Zimbabwe. And this was the third place where major railway activities were taken up. During that period, I had a lot of miracles or experiences about Swami, because I do not want to elaborate too many instances where Swami has shown his presence or his helping hand or blessing us. For example, I lost the key of the important location where I was made in charge of that particular office. I could not make out where I left it or anything at all. But after deep and sincere prayer to Swami, I was able to get it through by hook or crook, and then solve the problem to a very great extent, because that was a country where we have gone there to do service to the country, whereas by losing the key, I may lose my reputation, or also the name of the country also may be in doubt. So that is one of the instances. Second thing is about my food habits. I am a pure vegetarian, but in that country it was very, very difficult to have the vegetarian food. But he was made me to start preparing food by ourselves and then manage the show for 2 years. I did not take even one time or one item of non-vegetarian food, and I was able to make my life very comfortable during my period of 2 years service. So that is one of the memorable thing which I cannot forget. And I was also very much our National Railway Zimbabwe, Ministry of Railways, National Railway of Zimbabwe were very much happy with our services. That's all because of Swami's grace and blessings and grace only. Then again I came back to Chennai, and I worked for about another 4 years at Chennai itself. During that period, I used to visit Sundaram on many occasions and took part in many of the festivals, everything. And particularly when Swami used to visit Chennai during January 15th to 19th, I never missed even one opportunity, and I listened to his discourse, have Pad Namaskars, everything, and which are very memorable things in my life. When during 1989, I was transferred to Bangalore, and then during that period of Bangalore life, I started visiting Brindavan as many times as possible during holidays and other things, because I was working in the railways as divisional engineer, so I could not get more leave or anything. So I used to visit Brindavan as many times as possible as Swami blessed me and permitted me. During my one of the visit at Brindavan, one Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, the state convener of the Brindavan Samiti, met me, who was also ex-railway employee. So through which I came to know that joining the Sevadal is also much better job, easier way. So I requested him that I will be willing to join a Sevadal, and immediately he made me to get admitted as one of the Sevadal member in Kadugodi Samiti. And then one of the occasion, I was deputed to Puttaparthi on Sevadal duties for 2 weeks as a Sevadal volunteer to Puttaparthi. After doing my service at Puttaparthi, normally during those days, all the Sevadal people who used to complete their duty there, all people will be allowed to take Pada Namaskar and receive the Swami's blessings on the last day or of the voluntary service. But that particular year, while we were doing service, Swami has come to Bangalore and stayed at Brindavan, because that period was over, I was told. Then we were feeling very bad that we missed the Swami's darshan and also Pada Namaskar. But fortunately, all our people were taken in 15 buses from Puttaparthi to Bangalore and brought to Brindavan and made us to sit in that Sai Ramesh hall. And all of us were blessed with Pada Namaskar, Vibhuti and photographs by Swami himself. That was one of the another memorable moment for me that I was able to feel very happy about it. From 1989 to 1998, during which time I was in service at Bangalore, I used to visit the Puttaparthi as many times as possible for all the festivals. For example, from the Swami's birthday, the Christmas, New Year, and the Shivratri. Most of the festivals I attended there, and I was able to hear the divine discourse, have his darshan, and many of the times we had the opportunity or good luck of having Swami's Pada Namaskar as a devotee only. So that feeling I cannot forget. And somehow or the other, whenever I used to go to Puttaparthi during those periods, I never worried for any accommodation or anything. But at the same time, we used to get very good darshan from the Swami, by the Swami from a very close and proximity, and get the Pada Namaskar, everything. And while living from there, I used to feel as if I am leaving my parents' house, and I used to get terrifically emotional and shed tears before I used to get back to Bangalore. That was one of the things which I cannot forget at any time. Even today, if I go to Puttaparthi, when I want to come back or anything, I feel really bad or feel sorry that I am leaving my place once again. And when I am coming back, I do not know. I used to feel that. During 1989, when I just retired from railways, there was a call which through Mr. Lakshmi Narayan I came to know. There was a call for volunteers for joining the construction project of our hospital, which is now available at present. I applied voluntarily, and then by Swami's grace and Swami's permission and from Swami's approval only, Mr. Srinivas, the trustee, and Mr. Satish Naik, the chief engineer, conducted an interview in which there were so many other people also were there, and they selected me to work in this project as an electrical engineer for the project. So I joined this project on 4th October 1999 and started working as electrical engineer. During that period, my experiences in the project were so important and unique one. It's very difficult for me to express or explain how I felt it. First and foremost, for starting working as an engineer in the Swami's project, which was a very rare experience and very rare opportunity amongst the thousands of people, where I was one of the most luckiest person to work in this project. Because this project was totally a turnkey project by for L&T contractors, so the Mr. Srinivas and Mr. Satish Naik used to help me and guide me to a very great extent. And that too, Mr. Satish Naik, with his vast experience, he guided me from A to Z for all the sections. And initially, even though I was made to work for electrical, later I was told by Mr. Satish Naik and Srinivas to take care of electrical, HVAC, mechanical, and all the project works, engineering, except civil engineering, for which we had a separate set of engineers from our trust side. So that also has given me a very great exposure and also opportunity to do service for this project. We worked almost 12 to 15 hours per day. With all that, we never felt anything, difficulty or anything at all, and it was so good experience. And L&T people used to work at sometimes with 5,000 laborers in a given time per day. 5,000 laborers round the clock they used to work, and we used to supervise and take care of whatever the work allotted to us. Regarding our Swami's visit to site conditions, it is very difficult for me to say, because Swami used to visit the site almost every day on many occasions, and sometimes even twice a day he used to visit the site and go through all the hospital works, and he walked almost all the entire area of our hospital without leaving any space or anything. During that period, because we project staff were very few in our project site, it was a very golden opportunity for us to escort Swami along with other people who used to escort Swami from Vrindavan. So during that period, I had the very good opportunity of seeing and stand very close to Swami and observe how Swami is dealing and treating the people around him. I saw how the Baba has materialized Vibhuti and created Vibhuti and even rings and chains and all to a lot of L&T engineers and staff, which was again thrilling experience to me. Swami used to visit our hospital site and given green signal so minutely for each and every aspect of the hospital construction work, right from planning, which was done much earlier than the project started. Later, when the work executed, all the items whichever required for the project are used to be put up for his inspection, and used to literally and very minutely inspect and give proper directions to L&T engineers and our people, including Srinivas, Satish Naik and other people, and then see how including the granite tiles and the mosaic tiles also, he used to take care. Even to that extent, he used to go there and tell, you use this mosaic tile here, you use the granite tiles there, you use the marble tiles there and all. He used to give such a very close and proximity, he used to give the directions to everybody and see that the work is done properly. Another important thing what I observed was, even though he is Bhagavan, during that project period, he never show that he is divine. He used to mix with the people and also listen to the people about the project problems or any experiences or anything at all. He used to listen and take care and then give his final decision on those things, which I felt it my good luck that I was able to be with them and learn so many things in life. During the project period in the 1999, actually the project started physical execution during October onwards, October 1999, and it went up to 2000. And in 2000, Swami used to visit almost, I can say, more than 6 months he stayed at Bangalore at different parts of time, and they stayed at Vrindavan and come to the hospital every alternate days or sometimes every day and see the project work and then give the instructions and all. And during his rounds of inspection at a number of places, I had the contact, eye to eye contact I had number of occasions, Pada Namaskar I had. Only thing is, I never had the opportunity of talking to him directly to him, but at the same time, his language of seeing eye to eye, giving his instruction through the eyes should have been more than enough for me to carry out what is required for the project and other things. Our project, it was started in October 1999 initially, and we completed by end of October 2000 itself. That is about 12 months period of time, by which all the activities we completed, including erection, testing, everything of all the engineering equipments and also medical equipments, and kept ready for surgery also of the operation theatres. During operation theatre working, we had different experiences with the senior doctors from AMS and then other doctors also during Swami's visit. That period also, I saw how Swami is taking care of everybody and giving due respect to the concerned people for their service and their experiences or anything at all. In one occasion, one of the senior doctors, the HOD of the cardiac surgery, who was the HOD of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Mr. Venugopal, he used to move with Swami so closely. We were surprised how he is able to move so closely or anything. So Swami also given him the liberty to talk whatever he has got in his mind. During that period also, we saw how the Swami is listening to them and also giving the proper direction. Thereby, their feelings are not hurt. At the same time, they are also getting elated and then feeling happy about it. The project time has given me plenty of the chances of his divine darshan almost every day, Pada Namaskar on many occasions, and also the Sambhashan, as I told you, I could not get the Sambhashan, but I am not regretting or anything at all, but I am very lucky to have this much of blessings by Baba. Here, during the project time, he has given us number of occasions, that is, but the completion of the project, he has given us the clothes, and also he has given us, including the stitching charges, to be given by the trust itself, and then we are given the blessings. And during anniversary, first anniversary, also he has given us clothes, wristwatches, shawls, so many times, which I cannot explain, are beyond our expectations. To that extent, Lord has blessed us. I consider the working of consider myself as most luckiest person in working in this project as a lifetime ambition for me, because I never expected that this opportunity will come to me. Even though I was expecting, if I work as Sevadal, itself is a great boon to me. But Swami has given me much more than that. Of course, I am not telling Sevadal duties are much lesser or anything, but still I feel that working in this project and also continue to work after completion of the project, when I told our management that I am willing to continue, Baba has blessed again. All right, you continue in the project as much time as you require. So my only prayer to Swami at any time, that I should continue in this project till the last breath of my body, so that I can do little service what I can do. From the recently, because of this present situation, I am not able to render my service to the extent what I wanted to do. But at the same time, Swami will give me the opportunity to render much more better service than what I am doing it at present. And what I learnt in this project, or with my so much close proximity with our Swami's organization and other people, always think hard and sincere, and selfless work will never go waste. And there is no alternative for this hard and sincere and selfless work. There is no alternative at all. There is no meaning in any other method of doing the job and escaping or crediting ourselves that we can do this or that. And Swami used to tell very, very simple way of telling: love all, serve all, help ever and hurt never. These are all the golden words which every one of us should think it is the best one and very simple one. And that is a major message by Swami to the entire world and mankind. Another memorable thing happened in my the project work and also with this working with the hospital was when Swami took all our hospital staff with their families to Puttaparthi, asked us to come there as Parthi Yatra. We also went there and we had very good darshan, Pada Namaskar, Sparshan, everything during Puttaparthi Yatra, which along with my family also, which they also enjoyed to the maximum extent. They were also thrilled and they are very grateful to Swami for giving that opportunity to all of us. Second memorable thing in my life, which I cannot forget, is during 2011, the year on which Swami has left his physical body and his Mahasamadhi was done. During that year, we had this anniversary of our hospital, 10th anniversary on 2011. So during that period, I also went to Parthi to celebrate the anniversary of our hospital in the divine presence of Baba. During that period, Swami has graciously permitted me to perform Aarti to him, which I cannot even dream or I cannot forget. To such an extent, I was permitted to offer Aarti to Swami, and also he gave Pada Namaskar to me, which is I cannot forget at all, and it is a very thrilling and emotional feeling for me. I hope whatever I know about my work or any work, and also my association with Swami's the organization, and also my movement with the project and all our hospital project and all, I conclude, and also once again I thank and our hospital management for giving me this opportunity. At the same time, I really and grateful to Swami for giving me this opportunity to present my experiences, anything at His divine presence, for which I am ever grateful to Him. Sai Ram.
Gariga sari nisa nisari ma pani pa ma gariga sari nisa ni dani nisa gariga sari nisa nisari ma pani pa ma gariga sari nisa nisari ma pa ma pa.
బీద ప్రజలను కాపాడేటువంటి యొక్క సేవనే నిజమైన సేవ.
It is really a true service if it is rendered to poor and forlorn.
ఆనందం ఇవ్వనటువంటి యొక్క వైద్యం ప్రయోజనం ఏమిటి?
And if we cannot make people happy, what for is medicine?
ఆనందము ఆరోగ్యము ఇవ్వనటువంటి వైద్యం ప్రయోజనం ఏమిటి?
In fact, medicine cannot confer you happiness and bliss, what for?
గొప్ప గొప్ప విద్యావంతులు అయిపోయినప్పటికీ
You may be highly educated,
బీదల యొక్క స్థితికి ఏమాత్రము పట్టించుకోవటం లేదు.
yet you are not bothered of the poor people.
కనుకనే ఈనాడు ఈ ఆసుపత్రి సర్వం కూడా బీదల కోసమని చేస్తున్నాము.
Therefore, this hospital is meant for all poor people.
బీదల పిల్లలను సంతోషపెట్టినప్పుడే నాకు సంతోషము.
Bhagavan will be extremely happy if the poor people are
నా
served here.
జీవితం అంతా కూడా బీదల కోసం దారబోస్తున్నాను.
In fact, Bhagavan has dedicated his entire life for the poor and
ఈనాడు
forlorn.
ఈ బీదలకంతా శాశ్వతమైనటువంటి యొక్క ఆనందాన్ని అందించాలి.
And the poor people must be given a permanent cure and relief.
గుండె ఉంటేనే దానికి తగినటువంటి ధైర్యం వస్తుంది.
If you got a good heart, you will be courageous enough.
ఆరోగ్యం చెడిపోయిన తర్వాత ఏమి ఉండి ప్రయోజనం లేదు.
If you are not healthy, life is useless.
ఎంత ధనవంతునికైనా ఎంత గుణవంతునికైనా హార్ట్ లేకపోతే ప్రయోజనం లేదు.
You may be a rich man, you may be virtuous. If the heart is defective, it is useless.
ఏ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క ఇబ్బందులు లేకుండా వారిని సుఖంగా ఇంటికి చేర్చడమే మా యొక్క లక్ష్యము.
It is the aim to send you home safe and secure, healthy.
ఇది శాశ్వతంగా జరిగేటువంటి యొక్క సంస్థ.
And this is a permanent one.
నేడు రేపు అని భావిస్తారు కొంతమంది.
Some may consider as the one of today
కాదు
and
కాదు,
tomorrow. No.
సాయి వేసినటువంటి యొక్క సంస్థ శాశ్వతమైనటువంటిది.
Right. Institution started by Sai will remain eternal, permanent.
సాయి చేసినటువంటి యొక్క పనుల లోపల 1000 ఒక భాగమైన ఏ శ్రీమంతుడైనా చేస్తున్నాడా?
Out of all that Sai has been doing till this day, do you find any rich man doing 1,000th of what Sai is doing? We need money.
ఈ వైద్య రంగం కూడాను మనీలో ప్రవేశించింది.
And this money has stepped into the field
ప్రేమ
of health.
స్వరూపులారా, ఈ డాక్టర్స్ ఎంతమంది ఉన్నప్పటికీ వాళ్ళ మనసును మార్చుకొని సదా హృదయులైపోయి సత్సేవలు చేస్తూ రావాలి.
Doctors should have a compassionate heart.
కేవలం ప్రేమ చేతనే సేవ చేయండి.
With all love, serve the community.
బీదలకు ముఖ్యంగా సేవ చేయాలి.
Serve the poor.
ఆ బీదల సేవనే మిమ్మల్ని సంరక్షించేది.
And in fact, service to the poor people will protect you in the long run.
రామసేవ అని కాదు, బీదల సేవనే రామసేవ.
And then serving the poor people is service to Rama. Sacrifice your life in service
నాకు
to the
వేరొక
poor.
ఆశనే లేదు.
Nothing whatsoever.
నాకు ఈ బీదల సేవనే ప్రధానమైన లక్ష్యము.
Bhagavan considers service to poor people as the
ఏమైనా
most
సరే
important aim.
ప్రాణాన్నైనా వారికి అర్పితం చేసి వాళ్ళని కాపాడటానికి ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాం.
Bhagavan is ready to sacrifice his life also for the benefit
ఈ
of the
లక్ష్యం
poor.
లోపల 1000 ఒక భాగాన్ని మీద మీరు పెంచుకోండి.
At least do 1,000th of what has been done for people.
నతపాంసి నతీత్తానాం నశాస్త్రాన జపానహి సంసార సాగరోత్తారే సజ్జనం సేవనం వినా.
No pilgrimage, no richness, no affluence, no association will protect you. It is only service to the poor people that confers
కనుక నీ బీదల సేవ
immortality.
ఎందే మీ జీవితాన్ని అంకితం గావించాలి.
Therefore, dedicate your life for service to humanity.
అదృష్టవశాత్తు ఎంతనో చదువులు చదివారు,
You have educated
గొప్ప గొప్ప డాక్టర్స్ అంతా అయినారు.
and you are big doctors today.
కానీ ఈ డాక్టర్స్ యొక్క గుణం ఏమిటి?
But what is your quality?
త్యాగమే వాళ్ళ క్షేమము.
And in fact, the tyaga, the sacrifice will give you
త్యాగం
the welfare.
లేనటువంటి డాక్టరు ఉండి ప్రయోజనం లేదు.
A doctor without sacrifice is useless.
కనుకనే వాడు త్యాగానికి పూనుకోవాలి.
He should be ready to sacrifice.
త్యాగమే మన జీవితం యొక్క క్షేమమని యోచించాలి.
And it is the sacrifice that ensures peace.
కనుక బీదలను చూస్తే ఎంతో ఆప్యాయంగా వాళ్ళని దగ్గర చేర్చాలి.
Talk to poor people with all kindness and consideration, concern.
అది ఏ నిజమైనటువంటి యొక్క దయా ప్రేమలు.
That is the love of compassion.
కనుక ఆ ప్రేమను మీరు పెంచుకొని
Develop this
సేవను
love.
చేసి
Serve.
ధన్యులు కావాలి.
Redeem your lives.
गिरिधर गोपाला हे गिरिधर गोपाला हे गिरिधर गोपाला मनोहर गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला माधव मुरहर मधुर मनोहर गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला हे गिरिधर गोपाला नंद कुमारा नवनीत चोरा वृंदावनम संचारा भक्तोद्धारा बालगोपाला भक्तोद्धारा बालगोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला कुमारा नवनीत चोरा वृंदावनम संचारा भक्तोद्धारा बालगोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला परिपाला गोपीलोला राधा हृदय विहार नंद कुमारा वृंदावन संचारा गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधर गोपाला श्रीधर